Well, regarding these reviews, there's a review of Clackamas County in Oregon. If you are on a motorhome or RVing this summer or at any time going through Oregon, plan to go through the Portland area, the Pacific Northwest is extremely beautiful. The Columbia Gorge, the coast of Oregon, it's just a wonderful place to visit, and so is Washington with the Olympic Peninsula and other areas on their coast, and the San Juans, the Hood's Canal, just tremendous vacation and pleasurable opportunities to visit. However, this note is about a place not to go. Okay, you are in a motorhome. Do not go to Clackamas County. Clackamas County is located directly south of Multnomah County, where the city of Portland is. Portland is basically Multnomah County. And Clackamas County, if you go down 205 south, where it crosses the Willamette River, there's Oregon City there, and thereabouts is roughly the Clackamas County line going south towards Molalla, Woodburn, and Canby. If you are in a motorhome and you want trouble, just don't go there. Okay, I have been around here in a motorhome, a 30-foot Winnebago, clean, washed, everything works in it, right? And let me tell you some stories about where not to go. If you want to avoid trouble, do not go to Oregon City. Do not go to Canby. Do not go to Clackamas County. You can go stay, you come in on down the Columbia Gorge, going west into Portland, or from I-5 coming down from Seattle, or 26 coming west from east from the coast, or coming up I-5 from the south of Portland. There's a lot of wonderful places in Multnomah County. There's Jubit's Truck Stop up near the Columbia River, and we've got showers, laundry, propane. They have a truck wash that you can use. I've used it for my motorhome, and they will surely house even a 60-foot RV, because they do full semis there, and they are great. Okay, they clean wonderfully. They had all kinds of slime on my motorhome because it was standing under some trees before I bought it, and they took it all off of there. Only $45-50. Okay, if you want it waxed, it's a little more. I think it's like 47 or something like that, but it's under $50 for a 30-foot there, and standard price. And you just get in line. It's right behind Jubit's Truck Stop, and they do a wonderful job. So that's Jubit's Truck Stop. Anyway, fresh water in the Portland area is tough. I mean, it's tough finding fresh water where you can hook a hose up to your water tank, If you stay at an RV park, sure, that's a good place to do that. But it'd be nice when you go to a dump station, if they had a fresh water there. You could fill up your tanks while you're dumping the waste, But anyway, so if you're up north there, to like Happy Valley area, northeast, East Halsey, Burnside, up there north, and so you can avoid going south to Oregon City and the Clackamas County, and stay up in Multnomah County up north there. Beaverton, all kinds of amenities, and a number of RV parks overnight around the area, some in Washington across the Columbia River, and a bunch of stuff. Why do I say this about Oregon City? Well, because here's the stuff that happens there. They have an overlook there that's free to stay in. It's a rest area, and it's about 15 car parking parking spaces that face over a stone wall towards the Willamette Falls overlook. And the semis line up there, maybe 5, 6 a night, overnighting. And, so I was there, and I had a mechanical problem. And I stayed over one night, and the next day I was there, and about 10 o'clock I got this pounding on my door. Not a knock, pounding on my door. And I opened up. Here's an employee, a highway employee, in one of these fluorescent suits. He says, "You can't camp here." Well, I started to open my mouth. I did. I started to explain. He says, "No, you can't do that here." Okay. He says, "We have surveillance cameras over this place, and we've been watching you, and and people in behind the cameras, and you can't camp here." And he clearly, and he says, you can only stay here so many hours, and then he says, "Well, I don't know the law." Right? I don't know the law. And so the question is, see, there's a real question. This is why this is so foolish. And this is Clackamas County. Okay, this is Oregon City, Clackamas County crap. Okay, look, suppose you arrive at 5 a.m. in the morning. How long can you stay? See, can you stay 8 hours? Or do you have to be gone by 7:30 in the morning regardless of when you arrive? That's kind of ridiculous. The semis have to have so many hours of sleep, And so, and also, so he didn't know that situation. And what was he doing there? See? And if they've been watching me, did they ever ask themselves, what is a 72-year-old man crawling around under his motorhome with a wrench and a flashlight? Is this camping? I mean, honestly. Okay. So, again, this is Clackamas County, Oregon, and Oregon City is probably the pits, okay, of relating to motorhomes. Anyway, I left there because I fixed the repair, and I wanted to get down to a river located there for the day and everything. And at one point, there's a shopping center there right next to the McLaughlin Boulevard that goes under I-205 south and north area over the Willamette River, the Oregon City Shopping Center. And I spent $3,000 there, some with AT&T, for an iPhone and watch and some service and internet and I don't know, some other shops there. And I was there one night about 9:30. The security agent, comes by. He says, we got surveillance here, and you can't stay here. And he said maybe you could pay them $5 and you could spend the night here or something. I'm using the internet off AT&T here. It's 100 feet away. Their building is right there. And he says, oh. And I said, well, did you ask these other people to leave here? And he says, well, there are 4 or 5 there. I did. And I said, well, there were like 30 cars here, right? And he says, well, the guy up in the surveillance booth, saw you here, and, we don't want this to get out of hand, like I'm the only motorhome. I've been there for a week or so, and I'm the only motorhome that I saw. I think there were one other one, because they don't like motorhomes there. Understand? This is why I'm saying, you're coming to the Portland area, stay away from Clackamas County and Oregon City specifically, because these guys are jerks. There's plenty of places north of Oregon City, which is right on I-205 at the Willamette River, that you can find all kinds of amenities and RV parks up there, and all kinds of nice places. You don't have to run into this kind of garbage. I mean, there's a Walmart parking lot here that has a picture of a motorhome with a big X through it. The thing with red circles, no motorhomes, right? And I'm the only motorhome there, right? And yet, evening is coming, and you see all the cars, people staying in their cars who bedding down for the night, right? Again, it's a bias and a prejudice against motorhomes. So, if you want to avoid trouble, stay away from Oregon City, stay away from Clackamas County, stay north. There's a lot of beautiful places up there that you can be without running into Clackamas County people. Okay, I don't know why they're like this, but they are. Right behind there's a RV park there. Okay, called the Clackamas RV Park. Okay, well, let me tell you, $25 a night. You can stay there, maximum of 10. The supervisor, I was there for several nights, and I was in the area one evening, and I needed a couple of gallons of water. She wouldn't give them to me. She would not let me use the spigot at her motorhome. She was the host, right? See what I'm saying? What is wrong? Now, she's right there in Oregon City. Right across from the Oregon City Shopping Center, right? Where they had the surveillance. And here she is, calling about a snoot nose, I don't know what to tell you guys, but I wasn't received at all well, and I have a very nice, clean, and everything's running motorhome, right? Winnebago, Right next door, there's a public boat launch, right? And there's a marina there, in a store. And I needed water, and I happened to go down to the parking lot, and I saw a hose, right? And there's this guy walking up and I said, well, can I use the hose? He says, yeah, but don't come back again. Right. Now, he didn't invite me in to see his store, right? Well, look, I dropped like $3,000, right across the boulevard from him, and he tells me not to come back. See, he doesn't have but all these fishermen there go right by his store. See what I'm saying? And so is this guy nuts? No, this is Oregon City. He's right in Oregon, right across from the Oregon City Shopping Center there on 205, and right next door to the Clackamas RV Park. What is wrong with these people? See? Now, right behind the Oregon City Shopping Center is a place you can hike. It's an old cement plant. They've got pathways there, and they got a big, it must be like almost an acre parking lot, and it doesn't get filled up. And I'm there about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've been on the path before with my camera because I'm a photographer, and traveling photographer and videographer, and so I'm sitting there, I'm kind of, putting my day together, right? It's about 10 o'clock, and a couple of police show up, right? Oregon City police, right? Two cars, and they're going into the fence area to get rid of the homeless there, right? And so one of them sees me, he's about 20 feet in front of me, and he comes over, pounds on my door. And I said, what's going on? He says, listen, you can't park here. If I'm going into here to get these homeless out of here, and if you're here when I get back in 15 minutes, I'm going to give you a $75 ticket. He says, and furthermore, you can't park a motorhome any place in Oregon City. Now, those were his words. I really doubt there's a law on the books that says you can't come into that hiking area parking lot with a motorhome and go on a hike, right? But I'm not going to argue with these guys because these are bad cops, okay? They are personally interpreting a personal prejudice of the area. It's not the law, okay? He is not interpreting the law, okay? And it's very offensive, all these people. This is Oregon City, right? This is Oregon City. I have one positive reception of a motorhome there, right? I'm just telling you. I'm just warning you. Stay well north of Oregon City, up in the Happy Valley area. Walmart, Fred Meyer's, shopping centers galore, Home Depot. You name it up there. Okay, just Google it on your WAZE GPS app. That's a wonderful app, WAZE. Download it free, and I really like it. And all kinds of areas up there. RV park, of course, Beaverton in Oregon is a wonderful place. Anyway, so that's it for Oregon City. Okay, stay the heck away. That's all I gotta say. And furthermore, going south in Clackamas County, going further south, in case you think you're going to go there, to Woodburn and Malala and Canby. Canby cops are known to be really bad, okay? Had friend pull over, cop pulled her over in a parking lot there in Canby and Safeway for not using turn signals within the parking lot. That's right. Didn't use turn signals in the parking lot. Also, pulled her over one time because her turn signals weren't on long enough. Another time she got pulled over because her turn signal was on too long, right? This is Canby cops, right? Somebody else, woman, got pulled over by the Canby cops because their turn signal wasn't on for at least 100 feet, what is the law exactly, okay? How is it measured? And there are instances where people have had to move out of Canby because they were so harassed by the Canby cops, okay? And the black brothers who come down through there from Portland and North Portland, it's bad news, okay? I haven't seen any motorhomes down here, okay? I would not suggest coming here, even if you didn't have a motorhome, okay? I haven't heard one good thing about the Canby cops, okay? Not one good thing. And everybody calls them the bad Canby cops, okay? Canby, or Canby, okay? It's terrible. And furthermore, another note on Clackamas County, people say it's the most corrupt county in Oregon. And it's like nobody has anything good to say about the governmental services in Clackamas County. They're corrupt, graft. They're personally being cash cows for the governor. Writing tickets just for the sake of it. As you see, Canby is in Clackamas County there. So, honestly, I have lived in Portland since I was 16. I'm 72 now, 73, and never run into anything like this in Multnomah County. I worked there and did business there for half a century now, and Clackamas County, I didn't realize what was going on in Clackamas County till I got a motorhome, okay? And I was amongst some of the locals here, and ain't nobody got anything to say good about Clackamas County, okay? Nothing. Nobody. It's beautiful farmland, but, the regulations and how they're enforced, and the law enforcement, and I gotta say, I made this video especially about Clackamas County, Canby cops, and Oregon City, okay, the prejudice and bias against motorhomes. I gotta tell you, it's not. Stay away from it as far as I can see. There's a lot of beautiful and welcoming places. For instance, Portland, getting behind the tiny house thing that's going. They have the tiny house hotel and other things that they're doing for motorhomes and citing tiny houses, and they're on board with this movement that's because of the high housing costs. And I have now a tiny house because I don't want a landlord. I don't want that rent. I don't want the utility. I just want a place to park this small thing that I've got, 30-foot Winnebago, right? That's converted to a tiny house because it's pleasurable. I don't have to fiddle with neighbors. Pleasant surroundings, and much lower maintenance fees for the year. Maybe $15,000-$20,000 less I have to earn because I'm living in a tiny house. And so, the legislature recently passed some new laws regarding tiny houses here in Oregon. And they're the councilwoman for in Portland. Can't remember her name, Udale or something like that, is very progressive in getting on board with these changes that are really good for people to instead of buying such a high maintenance is a real piece of property and a house, with the roofs and the sewage, the the electrical, the painting, repairs. If you have a tiny house, you're cutting your expenses like 90%. So it's really a nice way to go, because a lot of people are just, I don't want a big a full one-bedroom apartment. Does that make sense? I don't want a house anymore. Or that kind of stuff. I like what I got, and it's peaceful, and it's a good thing. So anyway, so Oregon is getting on board for this tiny house thing that's going along, and I think it's a really nice situation to have a permanent residence that has such low maintenance. For anybody, so it's a good deal. I like it a lot. So here's the video and review of various things. Today is September 6th, 2020.